Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Jeannetta, and right now, I'm in my kitchen. As you guys can see, it is hold on. You can't see up there, but up here it says it is 12:28. Basically, it's 12:30 right now, a.m. Not nighttime, and I just came back yesterday or day before yesterday from my trip from Disney, and when you go on a trip, oh, that's my cat. When you go on a trip, I feel like nobody talks about how reality sets back in once you come back. Because before, I was thinking about all the other things I have to do with like colleges and signing up for scholarships, making sure I'm getting my personal statement ready. And then I go to Disney, that I completely forget about that for like the 4 days I'm there. And then I'm back and everything's starting to set back in. So, really? So, I was like, you know what? Why don't I vlog or just document my whole process of my just college application, college experience, all the way, Sorry guys, my cat is very in need of affection every time I'm around, so, you know. But I'm just like, why not record this? This is such a perfect thing because I feel like you hear people give you advice on it. Oh my gosh. You hear people give you advice on these things, but you don't really see them like record the entire thing, like telling them their top colleges and everything like that. But for this video, I was gonna make a yogurt parfait and speak, but I think that's what I still want to do. If my cat would stop, harassing my thing, but I'm gonna be right back, y'all. I'm gonna get all the stuff for the parfait, and then we'll go sit over at the living room. Alright guys, so I have all the stuff for the parfait. Let me show y'all before I start talking about all that college stuff. So we got our Chobani yogurt, and then we have some strawberries and blueberries, and then we got some granola for current. But y'all, first before I start off, I just want to give you guys my overall stats, and I'll probably put in my grades that I ended off my junior year with. So I'm going to start with my courses. So beginning of junior year, or in sophomore year, in the sophomore year, I did sign up for a Dormil class at Manor College, through my school. So we did, I chose psychology. So I did that for the first semester. So like beginning of probably like September to December. And then after that was done, the like course, that's probably one of the rigorous courses I took, and the other one I took was honors anatomy, which was, I can say, very difficult because I honestly feel like anatomy is not your regular smegular class. So I feel like with that one, if anybody's taking anatomy, the advice I give to you is make sure you study. Because me personally, I'm the type of person that once I see the information and I keep going over it, like the homework and stuff, I can retain it there. And even with taking notes, I can retain it. But for that one, I feel like it was just so complex that was like a course that you need to study for. That one I didn't study for, and I'm pretty sure I ended off that class with an 83 or 81. I don't know. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. Then other than that, I had English, and then I took world cultures, and then because my school, the way we do it is we have 4 classes, and then we split it. So it's like, you know how you have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, and then you have semester 1, semester 2. So semester 1 I had um anatomy, cosmetology, my dual enrollment class, which was online. What else did I didn't say? English, and then world cultures. After that, semester 2, I had African American history, but my teacher left for that, so we were not able to resume that class. So I had to go into ancient world history. Then what did I have after that? We had a class called junior programming, which was basically to help with college planning and just kind of narrowing down our decisions for what colleges we want to go to. So we're not going into the college process senior year just confused. And then I had pre-calculus and personal finance. Pre-calc, I don't know. That class, I love my teacher. I hated the subject. I feel like it wasn't that bad, but I'm just not a math person, so I had like two math classes back to back. So I had pre-calculus and then I had personal finance. And personal finance, both of those classes, I feel like I had really good teachers, but the course itself was crazy. Personal finance was not that bad. I honestly think that everybody should take it. But yeah, but those are my junior year classes. This year, for senior year, I really don't know what I'm going to be doing just because I am currently starting July 8th. I am taking a computer science dual enrollment class, and then once I start school, I'm taking English 101, and then spring semester taking English 102. And those are the English classes are in Manor College, computer science is in TCP. So with that, another class that I'll be taking this year, my first AP class, I'm taking AP Literature, and the book that he gave us was Little Flies Everywhere, which I still haven't read yet, and I have to read it twice. I don't know when school starts. I believe it starts in August, but I still haven't read it yet. But I plan on starting to read it today because it's Sunday, so I'm starting this week and reading at least 30 minutes to get to page chapter 6, and then me and ChatGPT, I got ChatGPT to do some like questions for me to make sure I'm retaining information and understanding the book fully because I want to make sure with this AP class I'm getting everything that I need, aka a GPA boost because I don't want to play around with this stuff because I feel like at my school personally, I don't want to say it's hard to get into AP class because you can always get offered it, but getting into it was kind of my issue because I had an honors class in my sophomore year and I got, since you're in the honors class, you get, act if you want to do it. And I signed up for a couple and I didn't get in until my junior year when I thought I wasn't going to get in at all, but I did. So thank God I did because I feel like that would be a good GPA boost for me because my GPA currently is a 3.7 and basically a 3.8, but it's a 3.7 right now. But yeah, I think unweighted, I don't know what it is. I know my term GPA is a 3.6. So, yeah. Um those other than those like four classes, I think, yeah, computer science, AP Lit, next one, yeah. Those four classes, other than that, the other classes that I really signed up for that I feel like will really help me going into college is I know I signed up for chemistry, statistics and probability. I also signed up for writing composition, um, because I did communications because I feel like for me, like speaking over a camera is fine, but talking in public, like with people in front of you, I think that's my biggest issue because like I just get nervous and my voice starts to like stutter. Y'all, I'm really cold right now, so please don't mind me. But for me, that's just like my biggest thing, and I want to take communications just to get over that fear. But right now, I'm not conflicted, but I know that I, for that one AP class, it's gonna take up all of my like, because I have four classes per semester or per quarter. Yeah, per semester. So that means that for the first quarter and second quarter, I'm gonna that one class that I'm always gonna have is AP Lit. So I'm gonna have three other classes and then on top of the dual enrollment classes. So I gotta make sure my time management is good, and yeah. So we're gonna make sure we're on that. So yeah, those are my senior classes. I'm trying to think of what else there's a possibility of me getting in. I did apply. I not apply. I did sign up for mindfulness, like it's like yoga and just being able to be relaxed. I know I did put nutrition and health on there. Um, excuse me, and I might possibly get French too. So y'all, like I don't know because I'm like, this is a lot of coursework on me currently, and like not only that, but I'm also trying to make sure I did apply for this like Google data analysis certificate thing, and I do want to get it done because other than like being in the medical field, which I'm gonna get on soon, I would like to be able. I feel like I am really good at like technology and stuff like that. So I think I could do my best with that. But guys, that's like most of my course load. So I feel like right now, I would say that I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I feel like if you compare me to somebody else, I feel like there's somebody else who's probably doing more than me. But I think I'm pretty good right now. But other than that, right now, currently, for extracurriculars, for freshman year, I didn't really have anything because there wasn't much for me to do except for community service club, which I don't think I never like did anything there. Sophomore year, that year, I feel like that was probably one of my favorite years because I think I made a lot of friends. I didn't think I know. I made a lot of friends, and I feel like I kind of people knew me. So I was on the sub team, and then I was also a flag football manager, the only flag football manager actually. So that way, on both parts, on both my step team and then flag football, I was able to kind of like make friends and connections through there. And yeah, in the junior year, we had a leadership council, and I applied for that, and I did get in. Sadly, for senior year, I'm not gonna say yet because I don't like to speak into existence because you never know. But currently, not on it. That is a TBD. That's what I'm gonna say because me personally, I would like to have that leadership role, but if I don't, it's okay because I think that I have other things to make up for it. For example, I am the oldest sibling out of two, and then I'm also an NACCP member, which I do got to do my training and leadership for that. But I did pay for my membership, so I'm an NACCP member. I've also been applying to other like stuff that I could do around the city because I know it looks good on your college application, but I would also like to make sure like I'm getting involved in my community, especially what we have going around right now. Because right now, it's best that we stick together as a community and making sure we're helping each other out. So like that's kind of my thing. And then yeah, like those are kind of like my extracurriculars, I guess. And then YouTube as well because I do like doing that. I'm trying to think about what else do you have to know about me. My stat like other than that, my SAT, y'all, I need to get that thing up. The SAT that I recently did in spring, I think. Yeah, I think it's spring. I got a 910. Um, that was my first SAT. So the other SATs I took, I had like a 800 something. I never was at 700. It was between like the 800s and the 900s. I really would like to at least get to a benchmark, or not the benchmark, but at least into the thousands because um I don't know. I feel like for me, for SATs, like I'm just not the best test taker, and not only am I not the best test, I think I'm a okay. No, let me not say that. I think I'm a good test taker, except the time does kind of make me a little bit anxious, and then the stuff on the SAT are kind of a little bit like iffy. So it does make me like okay, like let me just all right, but yeah. So that's that. And okay, so other than my stats in high school right now, beginning of senior year, right now, um my goals for after high school is to go to medical school. So I want to do my undergrad, get my bachelor's, and then go to med school. But I would like to graduate undergrad early, so that's why I am taking my dual enrollment classes so that I could get all that other stuff out of the way. And then taking more classes over the summer just so we could get a head start because I would like to become a pediatrician, and I know that being a doctor in general takes a lot of time because you just have to you have to put in that work. So I kind of want to put a head start in for that. So, yeah, I'm kind of debated between a pediatrician or a pediatric surgeon. I don't know yet, but I know that when the time is right, God will definitely, let me know and speak to me through with that. other than that, yeah, that's kind of my aspirations. I would like to continue to do YouTube when in college and medical school and all that stuff. Just being, you know, all that. So now for the colleges, I feel like for me right now in my life, so here's a little background on me, right? Middle school, I went to Catholic school. High school, I feel like for both, I go to PWIs, but but I honestly feel like at my high school now, I would say it's pretty diverse, but I feel like there's more like Hispanics and like white people than there might have be like black people. But I feel like there's a good mixture of all of us. All the faculty there at both of my old schools were all white, except for at my current school, at my high school, we do have a couple black teachers. Oh, a couple. Yeah, I think it's a couple because my junior year of my second semester was the most diverse teachers I've ever had in my entire school career. I never had a black female teacher or male teacher or a Hispanic teacher, male or female. But I've always had white teachers, so yeah. And I think that was honestly a really great experience. Um so for me right now, like when I think about college, I think about being with people who are like me, like-minded like me, and who kind of have the same energy as me. So you guys know that I am very faith-based, very Christian-oriented. I am a child of God, and I know that when I go to high school, I don't want to, not high school. I'm in high school. When I go to college, I don't want to lose sight of that. Just like in high school, I was able to meet people who are kind of in that same boat as me and learning, still learning about Christ and kind of navigating their like life through it. And I would like to go to Christian school, but I feel like there's not enough black Christian schools. Like I feel like most of them are probably PWIs. And correct me if I'm wrong. There's probably more. There probably is, but you know, if you guys can tell, my theme of PWIs, I don't want to go to a PWI college. And here's my honest reason why I say this. Because I don't get me wrong, I love white people a lot. White people, I feel like you know, there's definitely the stereotype of racism, but I feel like for me, I've never had the worst experience with them. Yes, some of the things they do is crazy, but the no people that I know are not like that. You feel me? They're very loving and caring and amazing towards me, and I'm very grateful for these people. So right now in my life, I would want to be around people who are like me, people who are striving to do things as me, and that will motivate me. You know what I mean? And I feel like at an HBCU, that is probably the best bet. Not only that, but you know, I'm pretty sure the parties are pretty cool down there too. The functions and just having clubs with people like Christian affiliated clubs with um African American people, Haitian people who are like me, who kind of go through the same things as me, and not just like, you know, me having to like be like, is there gonna be somebody that's like me, the only person that I could be around? But yet, when I go to a community where everybody's a family, and so you know, my top college right now is Howard University. I did go and go visit there. You know, the real HU, and I honestly, that is honestly like my first choice. Honestly, um, I do have to continue to look into scholarships there, and when I did go, they do have a MD whatever. It's like a program where you're like undergrad and you're also, you know, doing course work to get to med school. And then they also have a medical school, so it's like if I get into there, then I could do that. But you know, always have to be able to have back plans. If I don't get into there, I could also go to a PWI for undergrad, and then for medical school, I can go to Howard University for medical school, which I don't have a problem with, but I would really like to go to a HBCU for undergrad. And my second choice is Xavier of Louisiana. I know it's HBCU, and that's another college that has, you know, top producing black doctors. And then other than that, I honestly don't know. Like for those ones, those are kind of like iffy. Like I know I do want to apply to some schools in here in the MPA, so I know I definitely want to apply to like UPenn, Lincoln, Cheney, Thomas Jefferson, Penn State, um, Temple, Drexel, all those schools I do want to still apply to because they're still in Pennsylvania, and they will allow me to like. I know that I will get more scholarships here than I probably will get in Washington D.C. But honestly, right now, I feel like my family is really rooting for me to go to Howard University, and shoot, I don't mind. I want to go. That's honestly one of the schools that really has been speaking to me. And honestly, as I go through like my like like I was going through my messages the other day, and I had seen like one of my friends send me a TikTok, and then I was like, I sent them a message, and it was like the Howard girl effect. And I sent them a message. I was like, yeah, Howard is definitely being on my top first choice. But I didn't realize it until like I was looking at it. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy because that is literally my first choice as a college right now, and it's something that I'm very interested in pursuing. And honestly, when I went to the tour, it was honestly amazing because my tour guide, she was just like in my position where she said she was literally in a PWI, just she was in a PWI, and she was gonna settle for the PWI school but was waiting on Howard, and she got accepted and she's there. And I love the campus. Everything there just seems amazing. And yeah, well, honestly, can't wait to just start that application and whatnot, y'all. But I'm sitting here talking. I'm not even making my yogurt because I'm so like focused on this, y'all. But this has honestly been keeping me up and awake because honestly, for me, I just feel like I don't have enough like stuff for me to be like. But at the end of the day, I feel like people always say that it's always about your essay rather than who like your your things like the stuff you do. I think yeah, the stuff you do definitely does count, and then like who are you outside of it because it kind of shows. Like for me, I know I feel like I do a good amount of volunteering, and I like for my volunteering to be specifically catered to children because that is honestly what I want to do when I get older. As we spoke about before, like I want to be able to take care of children because for me, I think as being an older sister, it honestly just kind of like grew on me. Like I've always loved kids, and little kids I feel like have always loved me. So just being a pediatrician, I feel like it just all just makes sense just for me because I love children. Like who doesn't? Like honestly, they're just honestly very joyful. They're innocent, and it's just amazing. And honestly, y'all, I do when I like get to the point in life, I want to be able to like. So what I want to do, honestly, is to be able to get a job or okay. So I want to get him to do you so much something I want to go to med school, but I also would like to have my own like healthcare facility where I'm like it's for minorities where we're taking care of the minority children, but with a little bit of mix where we add God into it, where it's like not only am I taking care of your child, but I'm also praying over your child because there's power in prayer. You feel me? Because you could go to the doctor and they could give you all this medicine, but the true medicine is in prayer. So for me, that would be my like thing. Like that would be something you would have to sign in the contract, I guess, or just like under agreeing with it. Just having me and other faculty members and staff being able to pray over your child, and like that makes sense. Because honestly, like I feel like that is something that we really lack, and I feel like in the healthcare system, they always just see you as like another number. And I feel like a little bit of some prayer and a little bit of some fasting and a little bit of looking over the chart just a little bit more can really help a child and family with a ill child. You know what I mean? So that is kind of what I want to do with my life. Hi guys. So I don't really have a timeline necessarily of everything that I want to do because I know the stuff I need to do. I need to get started on my personal statement. I need to start kind of near my college exam. I need to start applying to scholarships. What else? I need to register to take another SAT because I know I'm taking one in August. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Other than that, it's kind of it. So, guys, if I am missing anything, I will definitely make sure I do it. This is going to be a series. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but we could just call this Jeanetta's College Diaries. Because, honestly, I feel like, especially in the Black community, African American community, Haitian community, like, it's very hard. I feel like it's very difficult, especially because with me, I'm going in my head, like, what do I even write about? Where do I even go to? Like, and what are my possibilities? Like, what if I don't get accepted to these schools? But it's like the possibility of that is so low. And even with me just saying everything out loud, like about myself and just being able to express it, all you have to do really is write it down on paper. And then you just honestly just have to like go for it and put God first. And honestly know that whatever he does, like it's all for a plan. And he's never gonna allow you to just be let down. So that's honestly what I'm kind of going with in my head for this entire journey. And I pray that you guys go through it, put that in your head as well. Even if you're not there yet, if you're in 8th grade, I honestly really do encourage you guys to I feel like it's never too early to look at what the college that you want to go to because at the end of the day, even though they get to accept you, reject you, waitlist you, you choose your college. You choose where you want to be at. Because even for me, for high school, I was about to say my high school name, but the school that I go to, I knew I wanted to go to that school the moment that I went on this website and I saw it. I knew I wanted to, and I knew I was gonna go there. But my only issue was, like, everything. Like I applied to that school about like 3 times. I I was because they had already had the previous application before, and I had even emailed them and I was like, hey, like I just applied here, so I hope you guys got my information and stuff. I know I want to go to Central, and then the other schools were probably like Mass, Tacony, all that other stuff. And then when I got accepted to the school that I really wanted to go to, the one that I seen it at first, I was like, it's a blessing because all the other schools, I don't think I even got a response yet. But as soon as I seen that, I was like, I know I want to go here, and I know that when my friend first showed it to me, I was like, this is the school for me. Like, you know when you see a school and it's just like, yep, this is it. Like, whether they accept me or not, I'm going here. So that's kind of how it was for me for my high school, and I kind of just made it the way I wanted it to be. My freshman year, I honestly didn't understand that, but coming into school and honestly being able to make it what I wanted to be was the mindset. Okay, guys, so I made the yogurt parfait. This is everything mixed in it. Okay, but y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and honestly, give me more if you guys honestly really do enjoy watching this. I pray and hope you guys still do continue to watch it, and um, yeah, guys. What I want to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this series and stay tuned for everything else because I'm really gonna try my best to be consistent even with all the work that I have to do. But guys, stay blessed, keep God first, and yeah. Until next time.